Hey everybody, it's NAMM 2026. I'm here with the wonderful Brian Wampler at the boutique stand, and you've got something new for us.
I do. So we're coming out with the Pedalhead, and you're probably asking yourself, what is a Pedalhead?
Yeah,
well,
it's somebody who likes pedals a lot,
right,
like you, right?
Right, exactly. So basically, I mean, as we know, like modelers have become more ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of wondering, like, how do you make something better?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to make a better neural profile necessarily. Maybe
Yeah.
you're not going to make a better IR loader, like, you know.
It is what
so
it
what
is.
do you do? Well, you design a new technology.
Yeah.
And the one thing a person really hasn't done, I don't think that well, is take that interaction that happens in the power amp. So inside of an amp, a tube amp,
Yeah.
you have this magical interaction of the phase inverter, the power tubes, the speaker cabinet, like all this is a chain.
Yeah.
And combined with how the power supply reacts to, whenever you dig in, you get this feel, this natural compression, this clipping, that usually there's like a static version of it that someone kind of tries to mimic.
Yeah.
But we want to really make it accurate.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. So using machine learning, we make this interaction that's constantly adjusting to your playing. So when you dig in, everything changes inside the circuitry to really do that sort of clipping, that sort of compression that you'll find inside of a tube amp.
Yeah. I like both things. You know, I swing both ways, as it were. If I was to do a tour within years, I would probably choose to use a Cortex or Kemp or whatever.
Sure.
But I would really like to have something that is, I love the sound that a speaker that's made and dedicated for guitar sound.
Right.
But FR caps are just, in my opinion, shockingly you know, I don't get any guitar related feel out of it.
Right.
And a thing like this, can you plug that into a speaker cabinet, into a normal speaker cabinet?
Yeah, let's go a little
because
deeper.
that's what we need, isn't it?
Right. So this does a couple different things. You have stereo ins and outs from your pedal board, right? And then you have two balanced outs that go to a soundboard.
Yeah.
You're using stereo IRs on this.
Right.
So it's true stereo.
Yeah.
And then you also have a power amp which powers two guitar cabinets. At the same time, doesn't matter if it's 4 ohms, 16 ohms, doesn't matter.
Just take it.
It's going to react like a tube amp. It's going to be loud, 60 watts. Or it's got a little switch on the back here. You can actually make this like a little 2 watts. So if you just want to practice at home, then you got like 2 actual tube type watts.
Yeah. But you got a master on here as well. I mean, that's one of my...
Yeah, and so this master is part of the algorithm. So it's going to actually act exactly like the master on the amp model. So you'll have 6 different amp models, for example.
Okay.
Right? So let's say you want a Vox style amp, you want a Marshall style power amp, you want a Mesa Boogie, like all these different types of amps. This is going to actually work just like that master on that amp. Because all these are different circuitries.
Right, yeah, of course.
Right, so it's going to, you know, as you push the master up, it's going to do exactly what the amp does.
Yeah, or turn it down to the same thing. And that will translate into a cabinet as well. I mean, for me, this super, but the really important thing for me personally is that it's got output to a speaker cabinet.
Right.
So you can get that.
And it gets a little better too.
Right.
Because you have a learn button. So whenever you plug in your speaker cabinets, you're going to hit this button. It's going to send a signal to the speaker cabinets, and that teaches it. So now it's going to take all that information around your speaker and your cabinet and all that chain, and it's going to say, all right, well, here's how I need to change. And so it's going to be tailored towards that speaker and cabinet. So it's not static.
Right.
So that's part of the machine learning thing.
Wow. And that's all in this little box
That's all in this little box.
Which, by the way, has got, you know, a proper cable. So it's not like you got a power supply.
Because, it's a legit processor inside. So we need some power to get to it. But we have a special cable that comes with it, so it doesn't take up that much space.
Yeah, it goes on the side here.
It goes on the side here, so super easy.
And this is MIDI controllable, so if you put it underneath the board, it can be...
Yeah, everything is MIDI controlled, so...
That's super cool. But we got a little thing that we might need to do here, because there's a little test that we could do.
I'm curious to see if we're going to use this as a preamp.
Yeah.
I want to see if you can hear the difference between the powers from this head versus the power from this.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So far, about 90% of the people have gotten it wrong on the first try.
Oh, I'll get it wrong.
So
that's good. Let's do that. Let's do that.
All right.
So explain to me what's gonna happen now.
Okay, so
please.
We have 3 different presets, but of course we have 2 options.
Yeah.
So I want to see if you can guess which one is the amp, which one is the pedal amp.
So which one is this and which one is this?
Yes.
Okay. So firstly, this is the first one. So we've got a little bit of gain on here. switched, right?
Yep. Switched again.
I think maybe this one, but I don't know. I think it's this one.
This one is which one?
The amp.
Amp or the
This is the amp there.
That is not the amp.
It's not the amp.
That is not the amp.
I knew it. It's just, there's more. To me, to my ears, I mean, it's loud in here, but it seemed like there was just, it was more clear. There was more clarity in that than there was in obviously the amp then.
Well, you still don't know if one of these is the pedalhead or one of these is the amp. So let's try it again.
Okay.
Is that the pedalhead?
You can't hear that, can you? Maybe that's the amp.
That is not the amp.
That's not the amp either! I'm not surprised I can't tell the difference, because we've done all these shootouts, you know, the blindfold challenges with QCs and Kemper and Helix and the real amp in the other room and all that different stuff. But the fact is that it sounds great, regardless. It's almost like having 3 of the same amp or 3 of the same speaker, but one of them is a bit older than the other ones. You know what I mean? It's that sort of... And when you get to this point in anything, then as long as it feels good to the guy or the person who plays it,
right?
Isn't that where we are happy then?
So I figure, you know, we've done a lot of amp in the box type stuff over the years.
Yeah.
And so I thought this would be like the perfect product for our amp in a box type pedals.
Yeah.
Use those as a preamp. Run into this. Now you've got a killer plexi drive that's you know, basically an amp or whatever.
Yeah.
And plus, if you run modelers, there'll be a mode on here just for modelers, made specifically for that as well.
So just, would that be for modelers that can run into a normal guitar cab or modelers that can run into a FFR cab or both?
You can do both.
Both, yeah.
Just depending on how you set it up.
I mean, that's I think is what's missing. I see people drag around these 4x12 laney, you know, 1,000-watt cabinets that weighs an absolute ton. I'm going,
well, because keep in mind, it's going to do that learn feature. And it's going to sense that speaker and cabinet.
Yeah,
so it's going to adjust to that.
Whether it's a V30 or it's just going to learn that speaker. That's so clever. Well, I think that's going to be a big hit. I'm a fan. So,
I love it, man.
But thank you very much for taking the time, Ryan.
Thanks,
anyway.
man.
And we will see you in the next one. Thank you, Brian.